Welcome back, wrestling fans. Tonight, we step into the ring not for a fight, but for a tribute. Over the past few years, we've said goodbye to some true legends, warriors who gave their blood, sweat, and tears to entertain us and leave a legacy that will live forever. Today, we're honoring those icons, remembering their unforgettable matches, and the way they shook up the wrestling world. And trust me, you won't want to miss the end, where we've got shocking, heartbreaking news about Saraya that'll hit every fan hard. So lace up and let's honor these legends together. Gorilla Monsoon, born Robert James. Gino Marella, on June 4, 1937, in Rochester, New York, was a towering figure in professional wrestling, both literally and figuratively. At 6 feet 5 inches and over 400 pounds during his prime, Monsoon was an imposing competitor who dominated the ring in the 1960s and 1970s. He found success as a fan favorite and even held the WWF World Tag Team Championship alongside Wild Bill Watts. Unfortunately, recurring injuries brought his in-ring career to an early close. Transitioning seamlessly into commentary, Monsoon became one of the most beloved voices in wrestling history. During the 1980s and early 1990s, he famously teamed with Jesse the Body Ventura and later Bobby the Brain Heenan, creating some of the most memorable commentary duos in WWE history. His signature calls, deep knowledge of the business, and quick wit made him a staple during the golden age of wrestling, especially through the rise of Hulk Hogan and the Hulkamania era. Outside the ring, Monsoon faced ongoing health battles. His massive frame took a toll on his body, leading to chronic heart issues. He suffered from diabetes and heart disease and underwent multiple heart surgeries in the 1990s. From heart failure, a result of his long-term cardiovascular complications. He was 62. Monsoon's was met with widespread grief in the wrestling world. WWE honored him on air, and colleagues like Vince McMahon and Jim Ross paid heartfelt tributes. His impact remains etched in wrestling history, not only as a powerful in-ring performer, but also as the iconic voice that narrated a generation of WWE moments. Gorilla Monsoon's legacy continues to inspire and resonate with fans and future commentators alike. Tim White, born on March 25, 1954, was a beloved and respected figure in the world of professional wrestling, known for his impactful roles as a referee and backstage producer. Due to complications from a long-term health issue, including a battle with shoulder problems that had plagued him for years and affected his mobility and overall well-being, White began his career in the wrestling industry in the late 1970s and quickly earned a reputation for professionalism and dedication. He became a staple in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, where he officiated some of the most iconic matches in wrestling history, often featuring legends such as The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. His ability to manage high-stakes bouts with integrity and presence made him a trusted figure in the ring. Beyond his refereeing, White contributed significantly behind the scenes, taking on production and talent relations responsibilities. He was admired for his mentorship and guidance, helping shape the careers of many up-and-coming performers. His warm demeanor and genuine passion for the business made him a favorite among peers and talent alike. Perhaps one of the most touching aspects of White's legacy was his close friendship with Andre the Giant. The two shared a profound bond, with White often serving as Andre's handler and travel companion during the wrestling icon's later years. Tim White's passing was deeply felt across the wrestling community. He was remembered not only for his professional accomplishments, but also for his kindness, loyalty, and unwavering love for the business. His influence lives on through the many lives he touched, leaving behind a legacy of excellence, compassion, and enduring respect. Bushwhacker Butch, born Robert Miller on October 21, 1944, in Auckland, New Zealand, was a beloved professional wrestler known for his high-energy antics and comedic style. As one half of the iconic tag team, the Bushwhackers, Alongside his longtime partner Luke Williams, Butch became a fan favorite in the World Wrestling Federation (WWF) during the late 1980s and 1990s. Their goofy march to the ring, wild facial expressions, and playful in-ring antics made them unforgettable figures in wrestling history. Before their rise as the Bushwhackers, Butch and Luke wrestled under the name the Sheepherders, a rough and aggressive tag team that competed across New Zealand, Australia, and North America in the 1970s and 1980s. Known for their brutal brawling style, they earned a reputation as one of the toughest teams in the business. However, their transformation into the Bushwhackers marked a dramatic shift. Embracing a more humorous, family-friendly style, they connected with a wider audience and became regular fixtures on WWF programming. Butch's charisma and commitment to entertaining fans never waned, and his influence in the wrestling world endured long after his prime. Sadly, Robert "Butch" Miller. His occurred while visiting the United States for WrestleMania weekend. According to his longtime tag team partner, Luke Williams, Butch had suffered a sudden and serious medical episode shortly after arriving. It was later reported that he died from complications related to a long-standing illness that had worsened during travel. Despite his passing, Butch's legacy remains strong. He is remembered not only for his years of hard-hitting matches and zany performances, but also for the joy he brought to millions of wrestling fans around the world. Antonino Rocca, born on April 23, 1921 in Treviso, Italy, was a pioneering force in professional wrestling, celebrated for his high-flying style and magnetic charisma. Known for his innovative maneuvers, such as the dropkick and flying head scissors, Rocca broke from the traditional wrestling mold of the time, introducing a dynamic, athletic approach that left an enduring impact on the sport. His agility and captivating performances in the 1940s and 1950s helped lay the groundwork for the high-flying style that would dominate in later years. Rocca became one of the biggest stars of Capital Wrestling Corporation, which later became WWE, in the 1950s, drawing massive crowds, especially in New York City and Puerto Rico. His charm and appeal extended beyond just wrestling. He connected with fans on a personal level, becoming a beloved figure in the wrestling world, particularly among Latino audiences. He was instrumental in mainstreaming professional wrestling as a form of entertainment during this era. Beyond wrestling, Rocca was an advocate for fitness and bodybuilding, encouraging fellow wrestlers and fans alike to prioritize physical health. His dedication to exercise and strength building helped elevate the athleticism of wrestling. Tragically, Rocca's life was cut short when due to complications from a heart attack. Despite his untimely, his influence in the wrestling world remains undeniable. Rocca was posthumously inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 1995, ensuring that his legacy as a trailblazer for high-flying wrestlers and a true ambassador for the sport would never be forgotten. Peggy Lee Leather, born January 19, 1959, was a trailblazer in American professional wrestling, known for her fierce competition in top promotions such as WWF, AWA, WCW, and POWW. Wrestlings under various names, including Lady X and Thug, she became a well-respected figure in the industry. Leather's career began in the WWF from 1980 to 1985, where she gained recognition for her high-energy performances. She formed a notable tag team with Wendy Richter, often challenging Velvet McIntyre and Princess Victoria for the WWF Women's Tag Team Championship. After parting ways with Richter in 1985, Leather pursued the WWF Women's Championship but never captured the title. Her career continued in the American Wrestling Association (AWA), where she became embroiled in a fierce rivalry with Medusa Miceli. She also participated in a lingerie battle royal at the Super Clash 3 event in 1988. In the 1990s, Leather moved to David McLean's Powerful Women of Wrestling (POWW), rekindling her feud with Richter. Later, she joined the Ladies Professional Wrestling Association (LPWA), winning the LPWA Championship and cementing her place as one of the top women in the sport. Leather made a brief return to WCW in 1997, competing against Medusa for the WCW Women's Championship. In the early 2000s, she adopted the thug persona in the Women of Wrestling promotion. Peggy Lee Leather retired in 2013 after decades of influence in women's wrestling, sadly due to complications from a long-term illness, leaving behind a legacy of breaking barriers for women in wrestling. Her contributions to the sport remain significant, and she is remembered as one of the most pioneering figures in women's professional wrestling. Matthew Rosey Anoa'i, born on April 7, 1970, was a professional wrestler best known for his time in WWE in the early 2000s. A member of the prestigious Anoa'i wrestling family, Rosey was related to several wrestling icons, including his brother Roman Reigns and his cousin Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rosey's wrestling journey began in the mid-1990s, competing in independent promotions before making his way to WCW. There, he formed the tag team the Samoan Gangsta Party with his cousin Jamal, later known as Umaga. However, it was his WWE run in 2002 that solidified his fame. In WWE, Rosey was paired with Shane Helms, forming the comedic superhero tag team the Superheroes. He was known for his charismatic and endearing character, playing the role of a goofy, lovable figure who added humor and lightheartedness to the storylines. Throughout his career, Rosey demonstrated athleticism and contributed to multiple entertaining feuds. After leaving WWE, he continued his wrestling career on the independent circuit and also dedicated time to coaching and training the next generation of wrestlers. Despite his contributions to the industry, his life was tragically cut short when the cause of was revealed to be congestive heart failure, a condition that had been a long-standing issue for Rosey. Rosey is fondly remembered for his positive impact on wrestling, his dedication to his family legacy, and his ability to bring joy to fans with his unique, entertaining persona. His passing left a lasting void in the wrestling world, particularly within the Anoa'i family. Rusty Brooks, born on August 22, 1957, was an influential American professional wrestler known for his charismatic presence and technical prowess. Active primarily during the 1980s and 1990s, Brooks competed in major promotions like the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and the American Wrestling Association, AWA, leaving a lasting impression on the industry. Brooks gained recognition for his ability to portray a villainous character, captivating audiences with his athleticism and understanding of wrestling psychology. He faced off against some of the biggest names in the sport, including legends like Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler, earning respect for his in-ring skills and resilience. Brooks's matches were engaging, as he balanced his technical style with an ability to tell compelling stories through his performances. In addition to his wrestling career, Brooks contributed to the sport as a trainer, sharing his extensive knowledge with aspiring wrestlers. His mentorship helped shape the careers of many independent wrestlers, fostering a new generation of talent. His dedication to the craft and his passion for wrestling ensured that he remained involved in the wrestling community long after his active in-ring days. Unfortunately, Brooks, the cause of was complications related to health issues he had been battling, including kidney failure. His passing marked the end of an era for fans who remembered him fondly as one of the unsung heroes of professional wrestling. Brooks' legacy endures in the wrestling community, both through the impact he had as a wrestler and the lives he influenced as a trainer. John Gyro Bedoya Jr., born on December 28, 1977 in Queens, New York, was an American professional wrestler known by his ring name, Xavier. A significant figure in Ring of Honor during its formative years, Xavier's impact on the promotion and independent wrestling at large is still remembered. He gained widespread recognition for becoming the second ROH World Champion in 2002, defeating Low Ki to claim the title. His reign, lasting over 5 months, helped solidify ROH's reputation as a rising force in the wrestling world. Xavier was known for his athleticism and versatility, excelling in various styles from technical wrestling to high-flying moves. His contributions to ROH set a high standard for independent wrestling during the early 2000s. In addition to his work in ROH, Xavier also competed in several independent promotions across the United States, gaining a loyal fanbase with his skill, passion, and commitment to the sport. His occasional returns to ROH further cemented his status as a beloved and respected figure within the company. Tragically, Xavier was attributed to complications from a heart attack, which occurred following a long struggle with health issues. Despite his untimely passing, Xavier's legacy endures in the wrestling community. He is remembered not only for his technical prowess, but also for his influence on future generations of wrestlers who admired his work ethic and dedication to the craft. Xavier remains a key figure in ROH's early history, and his contributions continue to inspire those who followed in his footsteps. Saraya Jade Beavis, widely known in the wrestling world by her former WWE ring name Paige, and currently as Saraya in All Elite Wrestling (AEW), was born on August 17, 1992 in Norwich, England. Her upbringing was anything but typical. Raised in a family deeply entrenched in the world of professional wrestling, Saraya was exposed to the sport from a very young age. Her mother, Julia Hamer Beavis, better known as Sweet Saraya, and her father, Patrick Beavis, known in the ring as Ricky Knight, were both active professional wrestlers and promoters. The Knight family ran the World Association of Wrestling, WAW, a UK-based promotion that became a cornerstone of Saraya's early wrestling education. Watching her parents perform and promote shows, Saraya was immersed in wrestling culture as both a spectator and participant. Her older brothers, Zach Zodiac and Roy Knight, also pursued careers in wrestling, making it a full-fledged family tradition. Despite initial hesitations about joining the physically demanding sport, Saraya eventually embraced the family legacy. By age 13, she made her in-ring debut, stepping into the squared circle under the ring name Brittany Knight. This grassroots introduction to professional wrestling laid a solid foundation for her technical skills and in-ring psychology. Saraya's early experiences helped shape her into a wrestler with a unique style, blending the gritty intensity of British wrestling with a flair for theatrical storytelling, traits that would later distinguish her on the global stage. Breaking into WWE, the emergence of Paige Saraya's talents caught the attention of WWE scouts, and in 2011, at just 18 years old, she signed a developmental contract with the company. She was assigned to Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW, WWE's developmental territory at the time. It was here that she adopted the ring name Paige, inspired by the character Paige Matthews from the television show Charmed, reflecting her affinity for dark and gothic imagery. With her striking appearance, pale complexion, and distinctive wrestling style, Paige stood out among her peers. When FCW transitioned into NXT in 2012, she became one of the brand's cornerstone performers. Her matches against competitors like Emma, Alicia Fox, and Summer Rae showcased a more athletic, competitive brand of women's wrestling that diverged from WWE's previous emphasis on divas as more glamour-focused entertainers. In July 2013, Paige won the inaugural NXT Women's Championship, holding the title for a then-record 273 days. Her reign helped redefine women's wrestling in WWE and paved the way for what would later be dubbed the Women's Revolution. Main roster debut and historic success. Paige's main roster debut on April 7, 2014, the night after WrestleMania 30, was nothing short of historic. In a surprise appearance, she confronted then Divas champion AJ Lee on Monday Night Raw, and in a shocking upset, defeated her to become the youngest Divas champion in WWE history at age 21. Her victory symbolized a changing of the guard within WWE's women's division. Paige brought with her an intensity and credibility that challenged long-standing stereotypes. Throughout her tenure in WWE, she held the Divas Championship twice and was consistently featured in high-profile storylines, feuds, and matches. Her gothic persona, complete with black attire, dark makeup, and rebellious attitude, resonated with fans who craved a fresh, alternative female figure in the industry. During her WWE run, Paige engaged in memorable rivalries with stars such as Nikki Bella, Charlotte Flair, and Sasha Banks. Her promo skills and willingness to push creative boundaries added depth to her character, helping her evolve beyond the standard archetypes of the era. A career cut short, neck injury, and retirement. In December 2017, tragedy struck during a WWE live event in Uniondale, New York. Saraya suffered a severe neck injury during a 6-woman tag team match. A routine kick to the back from Sasha Banks caused immediate pain and loss of feeling in her limbs, echoing earlier neck problems she had previously battled. The injury turned out to be spinal stenosis, a narrowing of the spinal canal that can be life-threatening when aggravated by trauma. Despite her efforts to return, medical professionals advised against further in-ring activity. On April 9, 2018, during an emotional segment on Raw, Paige announced her retirement from in-ring competition at the age of 25. The wrestling world mourned what felt like an abrupt and cruel end to a groundbreaking career. Paige's injury was a sobering reminder of the physical toll that wrestling can exact, especially on performers who begin their careers at a young age. Following her retirement, Paige stayed active in WWE through various roles. She became the on-screen general manager of SmackDown Live and later served as a panelist and manager. However, her absence from in-ring competition left a void that neither she nor her fans could ignore. Departure from WWE and reinvention in AEW. After nearly 11 years with WWE, Saraya's contract expired in June 2022. The parting, though respectful, marked the end of an important chapter for both Saraya and WWE. She had been a trailblazer, helping usher in a more athletic and serious approach to women's wrestling and influencing an entire generation of female talent. That same year, Saraya made a shocking return to wrestling, not in WWE, but in AEW. She debuted on the September 21, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite, Grand Slam to a thunderous ovation. Reclaiming her birth name Saraya, she entered a new phase of her career with renewed passion and a clean slate. Her move to AEW symbolized both personal reinvention and professional resurgence. The AEW women's division, while still growing, benefited immensely from her star power and global recognition. Saraya's debut was viewed as a major coup for AEW and a powerful sign that her in-ring career was far from over. Return to the ring and championship glory. After a series of medical evaluations and consultations with AEW's health professionals, Saraya was medically cleared to wrestle again, something that many believed would never happen. Her in-ring return came at AEW Full Gear 2022, where she faced Britt Baker in a highly anticipated match. Although she exhibited some ring rust, the emotional weight of the match resonated with fans and industry insiders alike. On August 27, 2023, during AEW's All-In pay-per-view event at Wembley Stadium in London, Saraya achieved one of the most triumphant moments of her career. In front of a hometown crowd of over 80,000 fans, she captured the AEW Women's World Championship in a 4-way match. The victory was both a professional milestone and a deeply personal redemption arc. Coming full circle from her retirement in 2018 to reclaiming championship gold in 2023, Saraya's resurgence became one of the most inspiring stories in modern wrestling history. Injury concerns and recent health challenges. Despite the success, Saraya's journey back to full-time wrestling has not been without complications. Her history of neck injuries remains a looming concern. In early 2024, during an episode of AEW Dynamite, Saraya reportedly suffered a minor stinger during a tag match, which briefly reignited fears about her spinal health. While she downplayed the incident in subsequent interviews, sources close to AEW medical staff noted that she was temporarily pulled from in-ring competition for observation. In April 2025, Saraya was again sidelined after sustaining a mild concussion during a title defense match. Although AEW has not released full medical details, the company confirmed that she is undergoing further evaluation and will be absent from action for a few weeks. Fans have expressed concern over her long-term health, especially considering the compounded risks from her previous neck injury. Saraya has since reassured fans through social media that she is taking every precaution. She has been seen working closely with AEW's medical and conditioning teams to ensure a safe return. However, the frequency of her injuries has reignited public discourse about the sustainability of her in-ring career. Backstage rumors and AEW locker room dynamics. While Saraya remains a high-profile star in AEW, reports suggest her transition has not been entirely seamless. Several wrestling news outlets have cited backstage tension and creative disagreements involving Saraya and AEW's management. Allegedly, she has expressed frustration over the direction of her character and her involvement in major storylines, particularly following her short title reign. Sources indicate that Saraya has occasionally felt sidelined in favor of AEW's younger homegrown talent, such as Toni Storm and Hikaru Shida. This has led to speculation about possible friction behind the scenes, especially with peers like Britt Baker, who have established themselves as AEW originals. While AEW President Tony Khan has publicly praised Saraya for her contributions and star power, insiders suggest that differences in creative vision remain a point of contention. Whether these reports reflect serious discontent or typical locker room dynamics is unclear, but they have added intrigue to her AEW tenure. Public persona and relationship with fans. Throughout her career, Saraya has cultivated a unique connection with her fan base. With over 2 million followers across her social media platforms, she is known for her candid posts, unapologetic personality, and willingness to share her struggles with mental health, fame, and recovery. However, recent months have seen a shift in her public engagement. Saraya has been less active online, leading to speculation and concern among fans. Some of her posts have been cryptic, alluding to personal challenges and self-reflection. This has sparked rumors about her well-being, particularly regarding her emotional health amid physical setbacks and backstage rumors. Still, many fans have rallied behind her, praising her vulnerability and resilience. Saraya continues to be viewed as a symbol of empowerment, especially for young women in sports entertainment who face pressures both inside and outside the ring. Looking ahead, the future of Saraya. In AEW and wrestling, Saraya's journey through professional wrestling has been defined by dramatic highs and crushing lows. From her groundbreaking WWE debut to her career-threatening injury, and from a stirring AEW comeback to renewed health scares, Saraya's story is one of persistence against the odds. As of May 2025, she remains an integral part of AEW's women's division, though her immediate future hinges on her recovery from recent injuries. Fans and analysts alike continue to speculate about how much longer her body can endure the rigors of full-time wrestling. Regardless of what lies ahead, Saraya's legacy as a pioneer, survivor, and champion in the wrestling industry is already secured. Whether she continues to compete or transitions into a mentorship or management role, Saraya's influence will be felt for years to come. Her journey serves not only as a testament to her personal resilience, but also as a symbol of the evolving role of women in professional wrestling.